Alrighty then. How y'all doing? Trying to stream from the couch today. Using my gaming machine as a dev machine because it should be gamer performant than my laptop. Of course, I thought this thing was all ready to go for that, and then I blew about a half hour trying to get it actually ready. So, I'm going to try doing today... Actually, why don't I do this? I'm going to add my to-do list to the camera that's on me, so I can actually talk about it for a second. Yeah, it's not all that super visible up there. I can't point in the right direction. Anyway, I'm going to work on Firefox color some more today. Who knows how long I'll do it for. I'm going to try to do it for at least an hour and a half. There's a few minor changes. Today this is just kind of an experiment to see if I can be productive from the couch here. I might try doing some later night streams like this, if I can get this whole setup to work very well. Now, one of the things I was trying to get down to doing is to see if I can mount my NFS drive here, which I didn't get to work before I started the stream. But I figured I might as well start the stream and maybe I will dive into it. Yeah, I don't know. You can watch me bumble through this. I'm going to start the scene switcher so you can watch what I'm doing. Let's see. Seeing what I'm seeing? Yeah, you're seeing what I'm seeing. So the first thing I'm doing... Oh, what's my shirt say? I'm fluent in BASIC. Probably I like tip the camera down further. Yeah, fluent in BASIC. Of course, I got it covered up with my name. All right. Uh-oh. Mount is not recognized as an internal command. Uh-oh. That's not fun. Oh, you know what I think I haven't done on this machine? I think maybe I haven't installed the NFS stuff on here, which I'm hoping doesn't require a reboot of any kind. I'm trying to remember how I set that up. Under here... yeah, this is all stuff I should have set up way ahead of time. My plan B for all of this was to, instead of using my Amazon box, I was gonna run it all locally on my gaming machine here. But that appears not to have worked. Tried to do an npm install here locally, and I got errors apparently trying to compile Node.sass, which makes me unhappy. And my cat's meowing at me. Yeah. There we go. Guys, don't fight. I guess here you can watch me do the fun task of turning on NFS. That was turn Windows features on and off. Where the heck is that? I did this already on another computer. There we go. Turn Windows features on and off. I'm hoping this doesn't require a reboot. Services for NFS. There we go. Just turn that on. I'm lucky this will go fast. Then I should be able to do we have mount now? Come on now. maybe the file path changed. Well, so this is making me unhappy so far. Did I have to reboot after that? I didn't think I had to reboot after that. Yeah, sorry, this stream is extremely entertaining so far. That's not what I want to do. What I'm trying to do, I got this all set up on my laptop, is I am mounting my remote Ubuntu machine as a local drive. And if I remember the parameters correctly... Yeah, I mean, the stream is kind of watching me hack through things. I was kind of hoping to dive directly into the work itself, but... still kind of working through getting this machine productive. Maybe this will work. Oh. Yeah, the problem is it seems like this command is not showing up under my usual DOS window. Well, the alternative I've got is I was trying to run this directly on this machine, which I've done in the past, but apparently today the technology gods are not in my favor. The problem I had is when I ran npm install, it was taking like 20 minutes or so, and that I don't think would make for very fun viewing. Maybe I'll go fast this time. See, there's two ways I do this sometimes. So I'm using Windows to develop, and sometimes I work out of the Bash for Windows environment, and sometimes I work out of PowerShell. And what's nice about working with Node is Node will work in both those environments. Well, I tried doing an npm install under PowerShell, and I got this error trying to install Node SAS, which is the style sheet preprocessor I use, and it apparently has some binary native components to it. And I've never seen this error before when I try to install it under PowerShell. But apparently I'm missing something for building it under Windows. So then I fall back to Ubuntu, and it just seems to be taking a while to install things. I don't know, maybe it'll go faster this time. Anyway, what I was looking at doing today, I was actually just kind of looking at doing a few things. I think I can actually get to... I can probably at least get to the site as it's running in EC2. Just forget what my host name here is. I've got a trick for that. It's just not even a trick, it's just a thing that Amazon supports. When you're on an EC2 box, this is a nice little thing. They've got a little private web service you can call to get the host name of whatever box you happen to be on. So I can at least, I think, do this. This is running a lot faster. And that's one of the reasons why I switched to this machine, is unlike my laptop, this thing has a much more powerful CPU, so I should, ideally, be able to run the project and edit it. Let's see, where did I leave off? At least it seems like the site itself is not broken, which is cool. But what I'm not going to be able to do easily is edit the files from my local computer. Unless I get that NFS thing to work. I'm guessing I probably need to reboot to make that work, but I'm hoping not. You know, I'm gonna look at the control panel one more time. I mean, it might be kind of weirdly masochistic to try to develop from Windows like this. Looking at NFS, services for NFS. Ah, I had to drill down. I didn't install the client. Derp. Okay, let's install that client real quick. And hopefully this doesn't make me have to reboot. Alright, so far so good. Try our shell again, which I closed. Meanwhile, I'm stalling for time while Node in the background still tries to install things. Do I have my mount command? I do have my mount command. Okay, so this is progress. So what I'm doing here, when you install the client for NFS on Windows, you can mount a remote Unix machine as a local drive. Which is what I'm going to try to do here. And this worked for me on my other machine, but it's apparently not going to work for me here right now, is it? I may be forgetting the syntax. That is my machine. Oh, you know, I forgot one other thing. I need to do, so there's this other weird thing. You have to edit. You have to go to regedit and edit something. I don't know. This is all really complicated and stupid, but once it's set up, it works pretty well. But it's always annoying. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, you have to use... Yeah, here it is. You have to open regedit and tell it what... Oh, you have to tell it what user ID and group ID to use for the anonymous user. Let's see. That's under key, local machine, software, Microsoft. Client for NFS, current version, default. And what I need to add need to add a new D word. That is UID. I need to add a new word. That is anonymous GID. Ideally, once I get all this done, future streams I won't have to do it. Because I do hope to do more streams from this machine. Then again, I may just say F it and only play games from it. Alright, let's try that again. I think I can do that, and maybe I can't do that without rebooting. I would like to not reboot. Restart the NFS client. How do I do that? I do that under... okay, let's try that. Ah, crud. Guess I gotta be administrator. That's fine. Alright. Stop. RDR. FS start. I guess I just reverse all this. Okay, that worked alright. And none of this is unfamiliar. I did do all this before on my laptop. I'm just forgetting everything I did. If I could type, it would help too. Oh, what is a... Alright, well maybe I should actually see what this error is. Oh! Derp. I guess I already have something else mounted as that drive letter. Let's see, it's probably something on my... yeah, it's something on my NAS. Let's disconnect that and stop using that drive letter. Actually, I don't know, what other drive letters do I have available? Let's try R. Maybe I don't have R used. Okay. Okay. So far so good. Back to my editor. Let's try this. Oh, look at that! Success, okay. So after all that lead up, I've finally got my remote Ubuntu machine mounted as a Windows drive. The reason why I've done that is because over here I'm SSH'd into that machine, which is running a Webpack server. And that's just kind of a little portable dev machine in the cloud I've got. And what's nice is while I have the files on that remote box mounted, I can edit them pretty quickly here in NVim on Windows. And I save a file, it automatically rebuilds everything. And so the last 15 minutes or so is me wrestling with getting that working on this machine. So hopefully everything goes a little smoother. I think this song has been going for quite a while. Alright. So now maybe I can get down to the actual work. So where was I at last? Stop that build real quick. Now while I'm still doing all that, in the background, NPM is still installing on my local machine. Maybe by the end of the stream, the local process will also be. But that's alright. Okay, so I got the NFS drive connected. I can edit files in my editor. I close all these Google crud. Now the other thing I wanted to do is this project is half website, half Firefox add-on. So the next thing I need to do, assuming this didn't just freeze my whole machine, I guess in the meantime you can enjoy some No Man's Sky screenshot thumbnails. What I'm going to do a temporary installation of the add-on build in progress. Oh, nice. You had some of these songs working in your Vectrex emulator. I've seen some crazy stuff on Vectrex where by using some like big RAM expansion or ROM expansion or something, people can get like vectorized full demos to run through Vectrex. I've got it on my like distant to-do list to play around with something like that someday. Alright. Now what I'm doing here is this is a Firefox add-on that's being built on a machine in EC2, and I've got the drive mounted, so I can load that add-on temporarily. And it takes a little minute because it's coming from the cloud. Yeah, someday I need to get a build a reprogrammable flash cart for my Vectrix, because I would like to get into some homebrew, and I guess I could start now and just like play around in an emulator, but I would kind of like to have it working on the real hardware. I'm also hesitant to screw around with building one because it's my only Vectrix and I don't want to blow it up or anything. Yeah, right, let's start that back up. There we go. So this Webpack build is pretty fast on this little EC2 machine. I think it's only a micro instance, but it's faster than my laptop. I want to say maybe I've been on that Vectrix group on Facebook. Check them out. Maybe I'm not in that Vectrix group. I'll have to join that one. Alright, site's running. Okay. Where am I at? I don't want the browser console. I want web console. Would like the dark theme. Okay. So, where I'm at now, this is still kind of sluggish, but it's working pretty well now. So the whole deal here is Firefox color combined with the add-on. It's letting me edit the theme in the browser. And what I'm adding is the ability to add your own background images to the... I guess we'll see. I don't know, let's say it's some No Man's Sky backgrounds. It might be too big though. Oh no, there's one. Are there any errors? That's showing up here, so that's a problem. Check the browser console. Ah, count is null. That's okay. Where's that coming from? That might not be my code. Ah, that's not my code. Well, let's try this. I know the add-on's working because it's at least getting one of the themes without background colors in. That gonna work? Not gonna work. Try some other background image. What I really need to do is just set myself up with some like standard background images so I stop rummaging through all the images on my computer. Well, so it looks like this is not working, and I don't know why, because it was working when I left it. Let's see. How you doing back here? Oh hey, that did not... well. How are you doing? I'm not missing any changes. Last thing I did on Wednesday was do some tech deck cleanup. I'm just wondering why none of my background images are showing up here. They were on Wednesday. Oh. You know what it is? I bet that the work I did to purge and delete images is being a bit overzealous. Because I'm looking at the messages now, and I see, yeah, my images are getting deleted as soon as I add them. Well, that's troubling. So yeah, so one of the things I did on Wednesday, was it in store? No, it wasn't under store. It was in middleware. So one of the things I tried to do on Wednesday is I added this Redux middleware to try to delete, yeah, to purge images that are not being used. I'm gonna do this real quick, because I bet I still have some bugs in here. I'm just gonna try playing around with it without the purge active. Yeah, I know that. Whatever. Site's reloading. There it is. I'm gonna pick a theme. Pick an image. Let's pick my head. Import the image. And there it is. Okay, so yeah, so actually I think my work from Wednesday in purging images is a little overzealous. I need to figure out why I'm deleting the images before they're even used, which is totally not what we want to have happen. Yeah, so I can kind of verify that the other things I have implemented are still working. So, okay, I guess I'll tweak my to-dos. But at least I know the original functionality is working. Terrible images, but you can see you can add little background images up here. And we might at some point add a little more of an editor so you can crop these and stuff. But for now, you've got some control over tiling, you got some control over positioning. Well, now it's not my forehead, that's kind of creepy. Okay, well, so that's working. You know what I think is actually, you know what I think it might be happening? So one of the things I'm trying to figure out how to do here, so here, this function, purge images, it goes into my Redux state. It finds the current background, or it finds the current theme, finds all the backgrounds that that theme uses. It finds all the saved themes, comes up with all the backgrounds they're using. Then it looks at all the images that have been imported. And if there is any image that does not appear in a saved or current theme, it deletes them. That just kind of is like a garbage collection thing for unused images. And I have a middleware here that triggers on a bunch of significant Redux store actions. And what it's trying to do is purge those unused images at interesting times. Now, I might be overthinking this, but actually, now that I think about it, maybe I should just do it when you clear a background. Don't do it here, don't do it when you're adding an image. Maybe don't do it when you update an image. And of course, the other bit of the middleware here is when images are deleted, middleware notifies the add-on, and it deletes them from local storage. I'm gonna try this. Site's gonna rebuild. This song is very long. Reloaded. Pick my theme again. Okay, now just to make sure I see what messages. Background. That again. Okay, so it didn't delete it immediately this. Oh, no. Oh, I see. So here what it's doing. It didn't delete this image. It deleted 2 other images that were in the theme I was building before. So it looks like it actually worked correctly this time. So it didn't delete my new image immediately. It deleted the other 2. Maybe that little bug fix will work. Of course, now my music. Up again in a second here. Oh, background image too large. Smaller. Or that one. Okay. Not a very good image. You know, there are probably better images. Oh. Yeah, let's just go back to this. I've been picking these images because they're terrible, but they're at least recognizable, so I can tell what's going on with them. Okay, so that's all working. Alright, so yeah, so I have like some vague race conditions, I guess, that go on while I'm just killed my music there. Start that back up again. So like, this is actually one of the things I want to fix today, if I can get to it. Man, shit machine. Shuffle everything. Huh, alright. Yeah, when I hit this, when I hit add, it adds an empty row. But I want it to immediately pop up a file picker so I don't have to hit this button. It isn't a 2-click process, it's just a 1-click. That'll be one of the things I do today, hopefully. Now that everything is working. Save this theme. Because hopefully, what I'm going to find is that this saved theme will come back with its images. Hey Slayer Darth. A hackathon. I'll have to check this out. Hackalong? Yeah, check that out. May actually be out of town next weekend, but if not, I may have to check this out. Yeah, thanks for the pointer. I'm gonna check that out a little bit later. If there's anything I can do with it. Because I've been meaning to hack on things other than Firefox Color. I've got like a dozen or so side projects I keep meaning to get to. And maybe do that in a weekend stream. It'd be a good excuse for it, I guess. Alright, so... I guess a simple way to make the file picker immediately pick up is to, or show up, is just to do like a synthetic event. That could be one way to do it. A 14-page Google Doc of all your side project ideas. Yeah, in fact, there's another. One of my side project ideas actually was to build a thing. Oh, do I still have it on my machine? I might actually have it on this machine. This thing didn't work. Do I have it installed? Maybe no. So I was building this stupid little tool to where I could give it a big list of things, and I can do a sort on them. But it uses me as the sort comparator. And with the point being, it'll ask me, like, this project or this project, and do that until finally it's sorted the whole list. And then I can be like, okay, well, I guess the next project I do is the one that I told the computer is most important. It's a really stupid project. And at some point, I was going to turn this thing into a web UI, so I could like kind of poll myself to see what I actually want to work on. There's not much to it right now. It's just pretty stupid. It's just like you run through a list and it gives you 1, 2, 3, and it gives you a sorted list. So that's kind of fun. Which is kind of like next level yak shaving. Like I got a bunch of side projects, so I'm starting a side project to decide what side project to work on. It's yaks all the way down. Oh, that's a fun song. I'm gonna skip it though. 90s rave is weird. Forever porno. That one too. Yes, I don't know. I'm just kind of distracting myself with this. Cook some tacos and some rest. So yeah, so you just go through, you answer the questions, and it'll sort the list and then, I guess, in theory, reveal what you really care about. Wow, these backgrounds are terrible. I can't tell what I have in my bar up there. Alright, let me get rid of these. Huh. So I'm not actually seeing my image purge work over here. I thought I re-enabled it for at least deleting things. Oh, you know what I'm not doing? I'm, You know, I've never actually tried to play around with the YouTube API. Yeah, that's yet another project idea too. There we go. So one of the things I want to do here is I want to allow... Oh, I want to allow the action for clearing that custom background to be resolved first before I bother trying to purge some images. Just to be consistent with how I did it down here. There we go. Oh, it screams that you need access to a given YouTube channel. Oh, is it like a... You're trying to do things across channels, and it will only allow you to use your own channel or something? Or it could just be it's not built well. Site's reloading. Oh yeah, that's right. I saved it. Oh, that's why it didn't delete or purge anything. Duh. I have a theme saved with images. So there is a... Oh, so it's operating as expected. That's stupid. I forgot I saved a theme with those bad images in it. Let's change it. So yeah, actually the unexpected behavior I just saw is because I forgot that's actually expected behavior. Java. I actually feel fortunate I haven't really touched Java a whole lot in like the last 15 years. I've heard it's better lately, but yeah. Oh, that's the other thing I need to do. Add this to my to-dos. So when I add background images, the logic that determines if this is a unique theme doesn't seem to be paying attention to background images. So if I change a background image and I try to save the theme, it refuses to save it because there's one here that's identical in every way except for background image. If I change a color, that algorithm does actually see it, a different theme, and therefore I can save it. But if I change the background image, it doesn't register it as having changed. Yeah, the last time I really did a lot in Java, I was trying to do it in Vim, and I like broke down and started playing around with what was it at the time? NetBeans and Eclipse had just come out. I'm sure the IDEs are better now. I've been thinking of getting into some Android development again, and my main hope there is I can just play around with Kotlin instead of Java, and maybe that'll make me want to tear my hair out less. Alright. Kitty, don't attack each other. I feel like I should have a cat cam, because I have... Let's see. What am I gonna do? Yeah, this should be fun. Look at this. I've got this going on next to me. Maybe I should just point the camera at the cats for the stream. How you doing? This one wants to chew on this one. This one just wants to nap. Oh, Android Studio. Yeah, I haven't really played with Android Studio much either. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of cheesy if they have to, like, promote only their own IDE. Alright, so another to-do. Ensure duplicate theme detection accounts for background images. Okay, so back to the thing I was trying to do. What I want to do is when you click the add button, it should immediately ask you for a file. That's under my theme custom background picker. That loaded. I keep hoping that this works. There's one error trying to install this project on my local machine rather than EC2. It's preventing it from working. I guess I should stop screwing with that. Alright, so handle add. This is where I'm playing. And what it does is it finds the... This is actually really convoluted, so maybe I'll fix this too. Originally, when I was building this thing, when I started building this thing, there was only one custom background image, and we added several. But my store... Yes, whatever, I'm in a different branch, shut up. My store still only has a set custom background action. There's no add, there's just set. So to add a custom background, I get the current last index, and I set the image there. Which is really awkward roundabout. But anyways, this thing set the custom background. Oh yeah, and this should be name as an empty row. And by setting that empty row, it goes into the Redux store, React re-renders, and now I have a new empty row. Boop. Kitty, stop pawing at her. Yeah, so basically all the add button does is add a new empty background image, which is then rendered like so, which then allows me to pick the new file. So that's awkward and roundabout. Maybe what I should do... Yeah, this is a component, so I don't know, this is kind of cheesy. What maybe I can do is set an initial state, tells it to pop up a file selector, and then as soon as it's mounted or whatever, set that state to false. That feels super hacky. Forget my life cycle methods. How long is this thing? That's too long. Alright, React component. We've got a component did mount. Yeah, I guess we're not using component will mount anymore. Component did mount. You may call set state immediately. Okay. See, what I'm going to do is as soon as this row, and unless I think of something better, when this row, where are you at? There you are. When I add this new row, I would like to fire off a synthetic event to click this, so that this happens immediately. And that's weird, that's kind of a weird thing to do in React, because a lot of this wants to be stateless and not a stateful sequence. So I kind of bend my brain on things like this. I guess one way I could do this, let me just doodle in code real quick. Yeah, let's just use some garbage names. Click file picker true. And then component did mount. I don't think this is the right idea. Yeah. As I said, I think what this is going to do is cause a re-render, which then I guess might replace the file picker that's there. Maybe not. Well, let's try it. Because I just want this to do it on initial... You know what, no, this is probably going to make this happen every time that list changes. Unless it reuses the already mounted components. You know, the other thing I could do is... This is actually probably the smarter thing. Yeah, you know what, this is probably the smarter thing to do. What if I expanded this add button as a smarter component? So that when you click the add button, it triggers an invisible file picker, and when you've picked the file, it does basically the handle file choice and inserts a new row. Because the difference is basically what I want to have happen is this is for, it should be for modifying an existing background image, and this should be for adding a new one. They both. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take this dumb add button and turn it into a more intelligent component. Let's get rid of this little hack that I started. Alright, let's try this. Let's just call it add button. And this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna see if I can reuse. I'm gonna do some refactoring here because the other thing that happens down here in the theme background selector is there's some validation that happens. So it says like if it's too large and if it's not an allowed type. So what I'm probably gonna end up at the end of the day doing is yanking a lot of this crap out into that add button. Yeah, that's probably where I'm headed with this. Well, I don't know, let's just go ahead and duplicate stuff for now, I guess? I don't know. No, let's do this a little differently. I'm gonna make this a generic image import. And what I might do here, say this. And just kind of thinking out loud in code right now. Yeah, okay. I guess what I want to say is when an image has actually successfully imported, I want to do something. I want to take that image. Yeah, this is what I want to do. Unimport.
Welcome to the space station.
And none of the and I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. None of this actually works yet. But what I could do, like this. So what I'm assuming here is that this import button will do the job of importing the image and doing all the validation. And once it gets to this onImport handler that I'm going to build, the image will have been saved. So now it's just a matter of creating a new background. Right? Okay. So then I can do this. Doesn't work yet. It's going to work. I'll make it work. And this button will also be used down here. So I'm doing some refactoring. So what happens when an image is imported? Right now, it's all handled in my custom background selector. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the validation state into this more generic thing. I'm going to, oh yeah, and one of the props I added was title add. So I'm going to say this button is going to have a title. Down here, I'm going to start yanking out functionality from name custom background selector. Title here, maybe let's call it change image. In the this thing doesn't know its index, but that's okay. It doesn't need to know its index. No. Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. One of the things I do with these rows, yeah, okay, I pass in a curried version, a wrapped version of set custom background that has the index already embedded, so I'm gonna assume I can do this. Yeah, okay. You know what else I need to be able to do? This is functionality I'm going to yank out while I'm here. I'm going to give that to this. And I've got several handlers here that deal with editing existing images. And one of the things I do in these is I try to preserve every other aspect of that item except for the one I'm editing. Actually, this belongs down with these other editors. So I'm yanking out file import functionality from this particular function and putting it into a more reusable component so that I can use it to both add a new image and change an existing image. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. So one of the things that this component is going to give back is the whole record of the image, and that'll include a name. And again, our custom backgrounds are referring to images just by name. Okay, so I'm moving the responsibility for actually importing the image to this new component. And I'm moving all of this all this stuff into it. So alongside the button will be this validation stuff. Okay, now the other thing that I need to move also is I need to move the type. Yeah, I need to move the input file type button. I just got a ping on Slack. So I haven't gotten super far in what I'm doing, but hopefully I can get a little closer before I have to wrap up the stream. I've got probably about another half hour to go before I need to call it quits for the day. Oh yeah, I don't need to put that there. I need to put that here. I guess I don't need to put this button here. What I need to do is maybe something like, oh yeah, and I don't need a pen. I can't use an ID here either. I'm working through it. I'm trying to remember, can you put an ID on... ID reserved property. So what I want to do is this button, or maybe I'll end up making it a label, should activate the file picker. Maybe I'll just make it a label for now. But I want to do a label 4. So I want to do something like... something like this. I'm trying to remember, does label only work for ID? When I associate... oh, no, yuck. W3 skulls. No. But MDN. I know MDN has been fighting in the search rankings to try to get, yeah, you could do a name or ID, it looks like. Yeah, let's do ID, okay. So I pass in an ID, and down here I want to say... wait. I'm going to have multiples of this component, and they each need to have a unique ID. I'm still kind of sorting through things. One of the things that this theme custom background selector does not have is a unique ID. Oh yeah, but I guess I passed in index. Okay, okay. But it does have index. So what I'm going to say is, down here, image import button, d equals... I think that's what I want. Because I just want to give it a unique ID so that the label works. Yeah, and then so back up here, I can derive a unique ID based on the unique ID prefix I passed in. Then I can say